Once your following grows, you want to make sure you've got really good content in every video. People obviously watch back on all your videos and they're so much more likely to subscribe if they enjoy all of those videos. So once I hit a point, I was like, okay, I want to focus on getting really good content in every video, because they're not just going to watch one video and then subscribe. They're going to go back and see whether they like your last 10 videos and then subscribe.
It's so true as well, because you think, you know, that video you make could be the one that someone new sees, and you want that to make a good impression.
Hello, I'm Caris Gray, and I have a YouTube and Instagram under the name of Busy Bee Caris. I also have a couples channel under the name of Jaris. No, I don't. It's under the name of James and Caris, which is me and my boyfriend. I've been doing social media for about 2 years now. And yeah, it's my full-time job and I love it. And it's mostly fitness on my Instagram, mostly fashion on my YouTube, lifestyle on my couples channel. So I have like such a mixture of stuff.
Okay, my name's Matt. All my social media is under Matt Does Fitness. And as you would probably ascertain from that title, I do fitness. My Instagram is like predominantly just pictures of me in hot pants of like varying lengths, but generally really short ones. And then my YouTube is like predominantly vlog based, so I just kind of film my life with an emphasis on my family and then training and then eating.
Okay, so my motivation to start my Instagram, which I started first, was I'd been doing fitness for about a year. I kind of wanted somewhere to keep myself accountable, so somewhere to post. Like, not a lot of my friends were into fitness, and so I wanted somewhere to be able to like share my fitness with other people who were kind of like-minded and liked fitness as well. And then I started my YouTube like a few months later, because I just feel like YouTube is more personal and like you get more of a chance to show your like full personality.
It's only so much you can tell something about yourself in a picture. Like
Exactly.
You stood there, yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's funny because most people will say I started my YouTube because like I want to help people. I didn't really have any like driving motivations in the sense that like why I started it. It was just I used to do athletics. I did like long jump and triple jump for almost 10 years. I got injured and had to stop doing that, and then I just had, I guess, like a void in my life. So I was training kind of half-heartedly. I just thought, I'll just do it for a laugh and see what happens. And then maybe like 6 months in, I started to think, oh yeah, this is quite good, and kind of just went from there really. And then like I said, in terms of Instagram, it's only the last kind of 6 months where I've seen the benefit of doing that. So that's where I've started to push that as well. YouTube obviously gives you an opportunity to cover a lot more than you can cover in. I mean, I guess you can do stuff in your stories, but still, you know, if you watch someone's YouTube, you get a pretty good understanding of what they like.
I think it took me like 8 months to get to like 50,000 followers or something on Instagram, and then after that it's much more of a kind of exponential growth from there on.
Like the bigger you get, the faster it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I think that beginning bit is always going to be so slow, just getting your name out there. Like, you've got to keep going with it. It's never going to be fast at the beginning, but the more of a kind of reputation that you build for yourself, things go onto the explore page more easily, and like your followers are more engaged, and the more your followers are engaged with you, the more you get seen by more people. For me, YouTube was much harder to grow on than Instagram. I guess I just adapted to what my followers were enjoying, and because it started very fitnessy, but every now and then I would do fashion, and people would always say that in my fashion videos my personality came out a lot more as myself. With fitness it was always quite like I was trying to give out as much information as possible. With fashion I was a bit more like fun and a bit more, so I think people liked that, and so I went more towards that, and that's when my YouTube grew a lot. I
think you covered it there. Like, obviously, particularly with YouTube, initially it's just a case of being patient, because YouTube is saturated with, particularly fitness channels, and I imagine like 9 out of 10 of them just after a while will just stop, because it is very disheartening. There are channels that are making really good quality videos and are getting 50 views. Like, it's very hard to keep doing that and justifying in your head the time you're putting into doing that.
So
generally speaking, if you are making good content and you keep doing it, eventually you will get the reward. Like, at some point you're going to get. You need luck. You need like viral videos, or you need like collabs and stuff, but the underlying thing is that you're making good content. Like, you can do all the collabs and have all the viral videos you want, but if your general content is terrible, no one's going to watch your videos.
I think, like Matt just said, once your following grows, you want to make sure you've got really good content in every video. People obviously watch back on all your videos, and they're so much more likely to subscribe if they enjoy all of those videos. So once I hit a point, I was like, okay, I want to focus on getting really good content in every video, because they're not just going to watch one video and then subscribe. They're going to go back and see whether they like your last 10 videos and then subscribe.
It's so true as well, because you think, you know, that video you make could be the one that someone new sees, and you want that to make a good impression. I try to think of every video as being a standalone, awesome video that I'm really proud of, that I'd be happy for anyone to see, you know, as the first time they've ever seen me. That's what I think is really important to do. I'm now at the point where I'd rather have no video than an average video. You know, I want to make all my videos that I'm happy for everyone to see, and that's really important, because it comes across. If it's not, you know, people can tell if you're not really into it. Right?
So, in terms of weird requests and comments on the channel, you always get a fair few. There's a lot of people that like feet, more shots of the feet, more shots of the toes.
So weird, so creepy. So I have, and it's with increasing regularity, been offered money for my used underwear. So people will offer me like an abstract amount of money for a pair of used pants, which quite frankly is an incredible deal. Like, I'm discarding my old pants for money. Absolutely, I'm up for that. But I don't know, I guess
I did try it
morally,
once.
I find
about
hard.
6 months ago, someone asked for my old shoes for £15,000. I was like, okay. I put them on eBay, and he like pulled out last minute, and it was like, oh yeah, you just wanted them free. You're not getting them free. I was gonna get my money. But yeah, it's very, very creepy.
The majority of the inspiration I get as far as Instagram goes comes from penisland.com, because that website is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, check it out.
Pen Island?
Check it out, penisland.com. Check it out. There's great stuff on there. You will not be disappointed. Some of the stationery on there, the biros, the pencils. What about you, Karis?
I'm so confused by that.
I'm just going to leave it with you. Just when you go back later on today, preferably on like maybe your mum's computer.
I've heard it before, and I think it's something suspicious. I've heard of Pen Island.
You need to view,
and I think it's something really creepy.
You need to view Pen Island as one word, or like start to fuse the words together.
Penis land.
yeah. And PROMiXX are pretty involved in that, actually, as far as I know. So I think there's a PROMiXX Pen Island 3.0 mixer coming out any day now. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that one. Link in the description.
My mouth hurts. I'm still so confused though. Okay, shall I answer my? Don't know where to go from there. My inspiration for my content. I think I just tend to go by what I'd want to see and what I'd want to watch and what I would find helpful. I tend to try and not watch too many other YouTubers. I tend to sort of pick up on other people's, the way they speak and the way they move and things like that. Like, I do that a lot, and so I end up being that person on YouTube, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm really bad at that.
So if you went away to like Scotland, would you come back with a Scottish accent?
Yes.
That's incredible. That's so good.
Really, really, really bad. Only have to go for like a week, and I'm like, right then, where are we going? What's that?
I mean, straight away, that's grossly racist, so I'm offended by that. That was the worst Scottish accent I've ever heard.
That was really, really bad. Okay, so if social media went down tomorrow, what would I do? I think I'm a very chilled person. Like, I'm quite happy to go back to university, start some businesses that would probably fail, do some things. I feel like I'm quite a chilled person, although you never actually know until you try them, and then you get really frustrated that things didn't go as well as how you were doing on social media. I would be obviously absolutely devastated.
Yeah, it's literally,
because I love it, like it's my dream job.
We were saying earlier how terrifying it is. If Google just turned around and just said, yeah, do you know what, we're going to just sack off YouTube, like that is quite a scary thought.
What would you do?
I think I was a PE teacher, like I did that for a few, I mean, I've technically retired, I only did it for like 4 years, but like, I guess, I don't know if I loved it, like I really enjoyed it, like I got on with my colleagues, and like it is fun. Interacting with like secondary school age kids is pretty funny, like you have some pretty good banter, so I'll probably just go back to being a PE teacher, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or I'll do something sick, like full-time crocodile breeder or something.
Let's hope social media doesn't go anywhere.
Fingers crossed.
Day to day,
the
job is so varied.
Yeah, it varies on what you're doing. Like
it's so hard to give day to day.
Yeah.
I feel like week to week, month to month, but then
so
that would take me ages.
On a day when you're filming a video, like what would you do? What would be your typical like day of filming?
So I tend to film my videos very last minute, like the day before I upload. So I would film a video in the morning. It would probably take me like a few hours to actually get ready, do my hair, do my makeup, set everything up, and think about what I'm sort of doing. Yeah, so probably a few hours and then like a few hours to film because I talk for like hours, literally hours. And then I pretty much will spend the rest of the day editing. And so that's like, you know, a filming / editing day, but then the next day would be completely different. So every day is so varied. So that day could be completely to do with filming and editing for YouTube. And then the next day could be working on something to do with my fitness plans behind the scenes that people don't see. So I think a lot of the time, the work week to week, so much of it is actually behind the scenes that people don't see content of until months later.
There's like so much admin stuff that you wouldn't even, you don't realise, and it just obviously, again, it just grows, as you grow, there's just more and more like, stuff. You can you can just spend hours doing some menial task that you wouldn't even think about, But it does definitely vary, like from a, like we were saying earlier, you know, for example, on Instagram stories and stuff, like I'm trying to be really active in that respect, but if I'm filming a video, I'll realise it's 6 hours have gone past and I haven't got anything on my, it's very easy to get like sucked in and you forget about everything else. I think it's good, like you were saying about doing it the day before, I think that's good in a sense because it's more live, you know, like if you make a video a month in advance, then I find that, because I used to make videos like well in advance and have them all scheduled and stuff, I found that like, by the time it got to the video being uploaded, I didn't really care because I'd forgotten what it was. Do you know what I mean? If I've made it that day, I'm really excited for it to go up. The next day, I'm like excited. Whereas if after 2 weeks, I've forgotten what I made, I'm not really interested in.
Absolutely. Editing is very different for each video, probably. The amount of time it takes to edit a video could vary from like maybe like an hour, like for a really easy one, and then some of my hauls can take me like 8 hours. One, I have so much footage, and then I love to put like pop-ups of pictures and the prices and information and what outfits they go with, and I like to put as much as I can on the screen to keep people like engaged and stuff like that.
And it's crazy how like long that, you think a little 10-second montage can take like an hour to film and an hour to edit, and it's like 10. But those are the things that I think make a difference. I think there's something to be said about, even if it takes longer, if it's more rewarding and it's like more gratifying, it's worth doing because you get more satisfaction.
You're proud of it.
Yeah, I did like a 25k challenge. That took me, you know, I edited it over a course of like a week because it's so, there was where you got to speed things up. It took freaking ages. So, and I had hours and hours of raw footage throughout the day.
A whole day, basically.
Yeah,
you have to have,
And you can't have an hour-long video, so obviously, that took quite a while. That would have taken probably, I reckon, 12 hours, like as a whole, to edit. But like Kara said, like, you know, if it's a Q&A, I could probably edit that in under an hour max, I guess.
I do use Final Cut Pro, which is meant to be really pro, but I pretty much use exactly the same things on Final Cut Pro than I did on iMovie.
I use Sony Vegas, which, like, it's decent. Again, similar thing, like, there's probably like on Final Cut, there's probably bits you could do, like transitions that are cooler that I haven't got access to. But to be honest, like, I don't feel like I need to do them.
You don't.
Like,
You don't
I think
necessarily.
I don't know. I think if you're entertaining as a person, or you're like engaging, you don't need to do so much of the.
No. Or if you have if you love video editing, then it's probably worth getting Final Cut Pro because there's so much it can offer. But me, I'm not really even interested in learning how to do it all like so professional.
It depends on you think the majority of your viewers, I guess the same for me, are watching to see what you're up to, and like, listen to you talk. Like, you don't need to put an abundance of like cool. It's good to have them in there, but you don't need to go nuts because that's not what they're there for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People would watch you, 1 hour uninterrupted feed because they want to see what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Rather than all these like intricate.
Definitely.
Thingies. So Luca is he makes a solid appearance in 1 video a week, which is gradually becoming more and more time consuming and more elaborate and like intricate in its construction. It's cool because people like it, but also like it's a cool thing to have. Like, it's quite good to be able to, it would be funny to be able to look back in a few years like at those videos and see him embarrassing and make him like hate me as a father, but it'll be quite cool to have. He is one of the big players in my channel for sure.
Probably the Italian one. Pasta and everything.
Yeah, that was quite funny with the little moustache. That was hard. Drawing that on was very hard.
That's definitely my favourite.
He was not keen to have that drawn on himself. I would say probably my favourite Luca montage would be like probably the maths one. I found that was quite funny. Like, because he is good at coming out with numbers and stuff, and obviously that's quite an easy way to like edit it and make him look clever. So that was I found that quite enjoyable.
That one was funny actually. I forgot about that one.
That was really decent, Like, ultimately, I film my life, so it would be harder not to have him in there, you know, because he is an active part of my life, obviously. So it just kind of made sense. He was just in there, and then because he's a funny guy, I just thought I might as well capitalise on him being a funny guy, you know, and saying stupid stuff. So I didn't really ever think, oh, I'm going to start doing this. It just kind of happened, and then because people liked it, I thought I might as well just.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's going back to it's there. Like, that's so fun to make. Like when I'm filming him saying stuff, I'm like wetting myself because it's just so because he said, yeah, he'll like nail a word, and you think that's going to be so funny.
Yeah.
A while back, he started saying, "Oh yeah," like in that voice, and I was just like, the possibilities.
We need
what can I do with this? Like, how many ways can I frame this? It's like I find it very like fun, just like making him do stuff.
So my fitness plan, I've released a few fitness plans now, but the last one that we released was for the summer. It was like an 8-week summer shape up plan. There's been such a positive feedback about it. It was very like taking things back to basics, and like I wanted to target a lot of beginners and people that hadn't been inside a gym before, taking it back to basics and sort of keeping it really simple so it doesn't kind of frazzle your mind, because when you're on a cut or you're trying to like be restrictive with your food, the last thing you want is like a really complicated gym workout that you're like, oh my gosh, what am I even doing? So just keeping it
constantly like
yeah.
Am I doing this right? Yeah. Like mid-set, you're just like, no,
yeah. Am I doing this right? So yeah, I kept it simple, and yeah, people seem to really enjoy it. The plan is £15 and you can get it from busybeecaris.com. Cool. Highly recommend.
I would attribute the vast majority of my progress to that program, quite frankly. Yes, so I am an active online coach, probably the best in the world, to be honest, and I am going to bring out some training programs soon. Yes. Previously I've been more kind of focused on bespoke stuff, but I've got some pretty sick programs that I'll probably release. So because obviously coaching is quite expensive ultimately, so a program, the beauty of a program is that it's, you know, anyone, unless you're a complete hobo, anyone can afford it. So it's quite good in that sense. You know,
watch this space.
Watch me permanently, and then eventually you'll see what's going on. Yeah.
Watch me permanently.
Yeah, not in a weird way. Don't stalk me. That's illegal, actually. So if there is anything in particular you want to see, excluding my naked body, because that's never going to happen, then comment below, and I'll possibly make it happen. Probably like a 15 to 20% chance I will act on your feedback, but there's a chance, right? If you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the lottery, so remember that.
Comment below.
Yeah. I think as far as like plans for the future go, YouTube specific plans, I guess just like carry on what I'm doing. Like I feel I've got into quite a good routine in terms of like producing videos and the content and stuff. So, you know, I'm always looking to obviously get better, and like I'm actively trying to improve my content. But in terms of what I'm doing, just I guess more of the same. Like do cool stuff, travel around, meet cool people. Just kind of continue on the current trajectory, I guess.
Yeah, same really. Just kind of keep learning what works for you and what people like, and also what you like, because you've really got to keep it fun for yourself as well as doing what your followers want, because it has got to go on and on and on for as long as you can enjoy it for. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, this Q&A with me and Matt, then make sure you give the video a like and leave us a comment below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the PROMiXX channel to see more videos like this coming soon.
So the vast majority of my Instagram inspiration. I was saying it there. I was saying that was it, wasn't it? God's sake, Karis, I nailed that as well.
I panicked.
What was the thing again? Inspiration.
Where'd you get your inspiration?
Okay.
Ideas, was it, or inspiration?